Welcome back to the Bickle Bros podcast.
Woo, let's go.
It's your co-host Blake.
And Nick. Woohoo.
Woo, let's get it. All right. So we have, well, first off, we want to start off by just like thanking you guys so much for the overwhelming support. Like we put that out on Instagram. Like that was purely just a toe dip. And that was like all hypothetical until last week when we launched our podcast officially, and we were so happy with the feedback. It was overwhelmingly positive besides that one guy on SoundCloud.
Other than that, though, the suggestions were
Yeah,
amazing, and it was
absolutely. Yeah.
so fun to talk to you guys about it and
Mhm.
just learn so what we can do from now on.
Yeah. So like last week, it was pretty loose with the structure, and that's something that we really enjoyed about our podcast. We felt like that was something unique to us, but that's also something that we're going to develop more in the season. I mean, like I said in the beginning, like that was just your first episode, so expect better structure and expect better sound quality. Hopefully, we got it on this one. Very sorry about the last one. I was recording with my AirPods. I thought that it would be a good recording tool, but it wasn't. AirPods are not good for recording at all. That's a tidbit.
Just to help out all those other small podcasters who want to learn
Yeah.
from, the Bickle
No.
Bros.
Yeah, no, but seriously, it seems like everyone nowadays are like starting their own podcast.
We just got to hop on that trend.
We have to hop on that trend. Yeah, I was like going through like the hashtag like podcast, and it's like so many people have their own podcast, and I'm like, no, we're basic.
I feel like we're in the beginning of the trend, though. Like, I would say in the last 3 years, it's exploded a good amount.
Well, I mean, like with all like the tools and stuff like that, like I
Mhm.
mean, like we didn't buy anything. Like this is just like everything that we have, and I think that we're doing pretty good. Like we didn't go out and we didn't buy recording equipment. We didn't go out and we use what we have, and I think that's like pretty good for us because it works. And I think that that's probably why it seems like that. And the quarantine, I guess, isn't helping anything.
No.
People have too much time on their hands, and they go out and they bake bread.
Yeah, but thank y'all so much for all the suggestions and everything that y'all gave us from the last episode. That
Oh
was
yeah.
really cool to see. Um, but I mean, it's just we're going to become a lot more natural with this over time, and the structure is going to be more how we like it as time progresses. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, so we wanted to sort of toe dip in our way into sort of like general topics. And so we have three topics. One of them is a mini topic, a Blake special. Um, but the
But
first
Martha
one
Stewart.
is a question that I wanted to delve into. I was like thinking about this. I mean, we're in quarantine, so like we have a lot of time to think. So, what were some fads that you participated in when you were younger? Or maybe you didn't participate in them, like you just hated them. But like, what were some that you remember and that were like pretty outstanding compared to others?
I think the number one thing that like I participated in, like if we're going like way back, were silly bands. You remember
Bro,
silly
that was
bands?
the one thing in my mind.
Bro.
Yes, that was the biggest one.
Bro,
Were you the guy with like the arm
oh my
sleeves?
dude, yes, bro. You just like pulled up to school with your whole sleeve of silly bands. You're like, bro, this kid goes hard.
Did you ever have any guys that had them on their legs that like they would roll up their jeans and they would just have like silly bands up their legs?
Bro, no. What school did you go to?
I went to a private school. I guess that's why.
Yeah, no, I went to public school. You know how that
Mm.
goes.
Dude, silly bands though were the thing from like
It was Silly Bands, and then it was Sminsels.
oh, the smelly pencils, yes.
Sminsels, yes.
See, I didn't get into that one at all. I
You
guess
didn't get into Sminsels?
no, I didn't.
Bro, I had like a whole like pencil pouch full of Sminsels. I had like lemon and like lavender and like strawberry. I went hard.
It was always great seeing people pass a pencil around and just being
And
like
then you just like sniff it.
aggressively sniffling their pencil, and it's just like,
Or
oh
no, like
no.
people would be like, "No, you can't have my pencil, but I'll give you the lid." And they'd like take off like the scratch and sniff lid. Yeah. Oh my
Bro,
gosh.
silly bands were the thing. I
It's
remember
silly bands.
they went hard.
Bro, it was like what you could get like dinosaurs or like cartoon characters.
Yeah. Dude, I
What
had the
what
like
were some that you
American
had?
one for like July 4th. I feel like it had like an
American
American
flag?
yeah, they had like an American like
What?
flag, like shaped thing, and then they had like a America silly band.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Dude, that was I felt real patriotic wearing those things,
Real
man.
patriotic.
Got the
Real
red, white, and
patriotic.
blue strapped on me.
That's how you show your love for America, your nationalism.
It's through silly bands, of course.
Silly bands.
What did you think of the fidget spinners?
Fidget spinners? Okay, so I have a confession. I never really got into fidget spinners.
I never did either.
I mean, it was just like maybe you know what it is? When we were younger,
Hmm.
like we were like me and you, we really got into the silly bands, right? But
Hmm.
when that was like fourth grade, fifth
Hmm.
grade, and like just as quick as we like got into it and we bought them all, like it disappeared. And that was like the same thing with like the fidget spinners. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That like they just like showed up out of nowhere and then like disappeared real quick. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I didn't really get into them. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's just like no, but like I was probably what like sophomore year, junior year of high school. They like showed up, and I mean like people my age, like juniors in high school, had like 10, 20 of them. Like it would like flex on them just like the silly bands. And I think that was like the craziest thing is that they still like carried that mentality. I'm like, bro, you need to grow up quick. You know what I mean?
I
I don't know.
understood their purpose, but in a way, they became more distracting than like anything else. And I don't understand why they were a flex. Like,
No, but they totally were flex. That was like their point. Like, bro, you know what I
don't
mean? You just
understand
whip it out
how.
in class, like teacher mid lecture, and you just hear the. It's like, dude, I'm too old for that. Maybe I was too cool for that. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
ooh, of course
Ooh,
you were.
ooh. I mean, I didn't want to have to say it, but I said it.
I think for like, I never participated in this one. I didn't participate in this in the fidget spinners. I
Hmm.
felt like after like sixth grade through like high school, I just didn't care as much. Also, didn't
Hmm.
help through like my high school. I was homeschooled, so like I was
Yeah.
always like 3 months behind. But I don't know. I it what the
Mm.
water bottle flipping though.
Dude,
That
yes, yes. Water bottle flipping. I don't really consider that a fad because I still water bottle flip. I'm not gonna lie.
it's true. Yeah.
I
That
still water bottle flip.
I think people do it now because I mean that's just entertaining. Like
It's more to me. It's more stress relieving than fidget spinners. Mm. Mm.
honestly though, when you hit that, it's just like ooh, that feels
Ooh.
nice.
You know what? My highest streak, 8 in a row.
Eight with like a normal standard water bottle type of thing.
Normal standard water bottle.
Mm,
What about you?
I think it was like four in a row.
Dude, but when it was a quote unquote fad, we're gonna use that term. I don't like that term for water bottle flipping, but we're gonna use it. When it was a quote unquote fad, it was probably the same time that fidget spinners were a thing, right? It got big
Ooh, they were like
because of Denzel Curry, the ultimate.
Oh
Multiple
my
times.
gosh, yes.
Yes, remember that?
Because that's how it
Okay,
started. Because it was Denzel
that's
Curry, and then it
exactly
was
how it
3 months
started.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that song's like still his like most popular song, I think.
That's
It's
I
which
am
is
the
such a
one, the
shame.
one.
He has like a lot of good songs, but I mean, anyway, when it was a big thing, like when it was a trend and stuff like that, I got really good at it. And there was like this cross beam in my school's gym, and it was like probably like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet in like the air. And I flipped it up, and I got probably 6 of them stuck up there throughout the course of the year or the semester. I think I didn't
Mm.
do it until the winter semester, like after winter break. And and then we had to like clean up as our final because it was like theater, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't anything like serious. It was just like we had to clean up. And then someone pointed it out to my theater teacher, and she like flipped out and she almost sent me to the office. We got him down, I think. But
If
yeah,
I'm not
that was
mistaken, there's one that's stuck up in our in the big room, the ASC at our school.
dude, where were
I think
you
it's
in
stuck up on the window. Like where the big building with all the windows in ASC
Windows?
where you face
Oh yeah.
outside.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
wait,
it's
wait,
stuck
wait.
up on the top, if I'm not mistaken.
The north wall? That big glass
With
wall?
Yeah, the big glass wall. I think there's one stuck up there, if I'm
Oh
not
wow.
mistaken.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I
Maybe
could be
maybe
wrong.
they used, this whole quarantine thing for spring cleaning and got it down. I don't know. Some of my
There's
family's been doing.
ugh. Yeah, that was the bottle flipping was the way to go. But I think it was a fad. I think you can call it a fad when people are making like incessant videos on it, like nonstop, and like that's
Okay,
all you
so
saw.
then like by that logic though, TikToks have had. Vine.
Is it,
Oh my gosh, Vine.
dude? Rest in peace, Vine. Though
Where's Vine?
it's forever shaped our culture, and it's amazing because now people just speak vines, and it's just fantastic.
I have a confession. When Vine before Vine died, I never watched Vines.
Really,
I never had a Vine
really.
account. I never did anything like that.
I
I only
never.
got into Vine after it died.
I think when it was dying was when I got into it, or so like when people publicly knew it was gonna die, type of thing.
Yeah.
What
It was
did
just
it get
like
bought out?
I think I think it got I think what happened was the guy released it, and then something happened, and someone who owned it shut it down.
Oh, Twitter owns it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they were gonna do a Vine too, but I guess not.
I mean, that's really what TikTok is.
That really is what TikTok is. I don't know,
I
but like
liked Vine better though. I feel like
no, hands down, I do not like TikTok at all. I'm sorry. Like I judged people. This is bad. I judged people who had Vine, and now I do the same thing with people who TikTok. So don't talk to me about TikToks. Please don't talk to me about TikToks.
we just lost Kyle. Um,
People, no, but seriously, people are like, hey, do you check out this TikTok? And I'm like, no, I don't check out this TikTok. Maybe I just have like that phase that like, oh yeah, you can talk to me about TikToks or something like that. It's like the same scenario with like me being like darker complexioned. Like I was in like okay, I'm going somewhere with this. You gotta hold up. Okay, me being like darker complexioned, and being in Texas, there's like a high Hispanic population, and so naturally, I look Hispanic a little bit, and I am Hispanic a little bit, but then I don't speak Spanish, so this gets me in trouble a little bit when you're in like the supermarket and Spanish people want to talk to you in Spanish. I go Paquito Espanol. uh,
where was this getting to through TikTok?
I hate TikTok.
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
That's where I was going to. Uh,
Okay, so I had one when I didn't know what Vine was, and I was that kid that like was always like 6 months behind on like any trend or anything.
That
Like
was yeah, dude. That
the
was that was
nine
me
plus
too.
10, the classic 9 plus 10 Vine.
Mm-hmm.
What's nine
What's
plus
9
10?
plus 10?
21. But it was
21.
what was it? He says like you stupid or something like that. I haven't heard that
You
Vine.
someone said that he like ran away or something like that because people were making fun of him.
Really?
Yeah, the Vine kid.
God bless him. That's
Man,
horrible.
that's rough.
Hoping that's not true. But goodness, that's horrible.
I
Those
know.
are that
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
man.
I got offended by that because I didn't realize somebody was quoting a Vine.
You stupid.
Yeah, I just hate getting whooshed now. So everything just goes over my head. So I have to like, is he joking? Is he being serious? Is he quoting
Mm.
something? I feel like that's what's always going through my brain while someone's talking.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like yeah.
I, well, okay. TikTok has been through like two phases though. That's the thing because they had the like super like meme trolling and like making fun of others phase. Um, I think that was almost 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, where that
But
was
yeah,
like
when they first came out, when
the
it
hit or
first came
miss,
out,
hit or miss.
I really did not like it. Like that was just straight up memes.
Honestly, I loved it. I loved it.
Okay, well, I did actually make an account. Okay, so I ran a meme page in high school.
Yes.
So like the hit or miss thing, like I can definitely like that's when I appreciated the memes a little bit more, but now it's like every single girl just wants to get TikTok. Like what? No. No.
But now it's like serious and it's literally just Vine 2.0. I mean, I get sent from others like probably 20 TikTok links a day.
20 a
20
day?
a day.
That's wow, you have a lot of friends.
I
Wow.
know it's just a
Someone's
couple
cool.
constantly send me some.
Someone is a cool kid over here.
I think that's what happens when people have way too much time on their hands. It's,
Really,
they're just
because I
like, let me
just
scroll down my contacts. Oh, Nicholas, I'm sure he likes memes. Yeah, he does. I'm gonna send him a TikTok. Like,
must be nice. You know what? Actually, I can relate. That's what my sister does. My sister does that.
what the just sending you lots
Yeah.
of.
Sending well, she actually sends them in the family group chat. The family
Oh,
group chat.
oh, oh, oh.
Yeah. I mean they're really like so she's like very like politically like
Correct.
no, no, not at all.
Oh,
Not at
oh.
all politically correct. She's just like that's like her frame of mind, and so she only sends like political memes. Like they just like kind of go over my head. I mean, it's not to say that I don't understand some of them, but like 90% of them, I'm like, what the heck is this? And it's like, you don't know or state senator Katie or Blake. Like, no, I don't know who or state senators are. Sorry about that. Barely know the governor.
Oof.
Ooh,
It's. Do you have any more fads you think you can think of off the top of your head?
hoverboards.
Oh, was that? Does that classify? I feel like that
I
never.
feel like it never really took off because the kids started catching on fire.
I think that killed it pretty quickly because it was like a huge wave got them for like Christmas, and then it was like a week later, you just start getting reports that they all started burning up
Ooh,
and
wait,
like
so if we're talking about getting them for getting things for Christmas, does that mean the AirPods are a fad? Mm.
no, I don't.
They're more of an innovation than a fad
Yeah, that's what I'd say so. Because then
because
would you say
they're literally like the first like I mean like everyone like Beats like had like
they
wireless
were like
headphones, but they had cords. They had cords on them, and
is
that's
it the
what
cords that
everyone
went like behind your
like
neck?
behind your neck, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
my friend
no,
had those for like 5 or 6 years. Those he was like he loved those things.
yeah, people who run like them, but I'm like, don't do it. You know what I
I
mean?
don't. I think a fad is something that like comes and goes in like a short period of time. I mean, like the fidget spinners is the definition of a fad, pretty much. Um,
I would say I would say that fidget spinners were kind of like the ultimate fad though, because they did really just come and they really did just go.
mhm. Yeah, that's. I don't think there's anything that comes closer to that. I mean, silly bands are that as well. Other than those
TikTok
two.
got really close when they were in that scandal of stealing everyone's information, and everyone figured out that they were like a Chinese umbrella company and stuff
Oh
like that.
yeah.
That was got like really creepy really quick. I'm like,
Mm.
ugh. Yeah. So be careful out there. They're stealing your information, just like Google, just like Apple, just like Facebook. That's why I use DuckDuckGo, my favorite search engine. This is not a sponsored ad. This is just like a little slip in right there. I'd like to get sponsored DuckDuckGo. If you want to sponsor me, you know, I have it set as my default browser on my iOS, and you can too. So don't worry about it. You know how it be.
If they are one of our 15 listeners, I think we're
Hey,
asking. We are
you
once
do
again
not,
asking
you
you
can't
to
mention, you need
sponsor
to
us.
cut that out. You need to cut that out. You cannot mention how many people listen to us.
15. I mean, well, 1,500. Well,
15, 15, 15 million.
whoa, all of America. Woo.
15 million is not Nick. Are you?
No.
Uh, that's an L.
we're just gonna move on.
We're gonna cut that
We're
out.
just gonna keep on going from here. So the next sort of thing we want to talk about, what Blake introduced us to his passion of baking.
Baking.
Baking. So he has a little.
Passion, more of a pastime. I'm gonna more of a
Ooh,
pastime.
ooh. Okay, okay. But from my knowledge, he made something really nice this week. Blake, you want to tell us what you made this week? And
Ooh. Okay. Well, first off, I'm gonna get in that a little bit more, but today I actually, I don't know. I didn't know that this was like a TikTok thing, but my sister said it was a TikTok thing. Like I just talked about how much I hate TikTok when I'm doing it. But I don't know if you TikTok people have seen the the make your own cold brew coffee. Have you seen that, Nick?
I have not. No.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, it's a TikTok thing, but I didn't know that you could do recipes on TikTok. But I saw my sister doing it, and so I did it. And basically, here, dude, get this. Took like 2 seconds, really. Took like, well, 5 minutes probably. 5 minutes to. So what you have to do is you have to whip the coffee. It's instant coffee, sugar, water, and you whip that together, and then you just pour it over milk, and then you stir it in, and then that's your quote unquote cold brew. For those of you who can't see my video, everyone, um, I used air quotations whenever I say quote unquote. But yeah, and I was actually pretty impressed with it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. It's just 2 tablespoons of all the ingredients, and then half milk and half that. So one part, one part. So that's actually something good that has come out of TikTok. So Kyle, if you're listening, we just pulled you back in. Lost him and got him back.
He's definitely still listening. There's no way he would.
There's no way that we're gonna lose Kyle. 30 years from now, he'll just have him on repeat.
I love you, Kyle. This is your
Love you,
second
Kyle.
shout out.
Second shout out. Uh,
Yeah. So what did you make for us? Or
so
what did you make?
I mentioned earlier last week about my rosemary bread, but that was a little bit complicated for some of you new timers. Um, so basically, uh, what what I mean, okay, so what you do is you buy yeast in like big packs, you know what I mean? Like little just packets. They're like this. I like it. They make it easy for you. They make it pretty easy. And I bought like a bunch of active yeast. So like you kind of have to use that stuff, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so I've just been making a lot of bread. And so this week, I made a bread loaf, and basically what I used was active dry yeast, flour, salt, water, thyme, butter, milk, and eggs. And then you just you put that all together. You know what I mean? It's pretty self-explanatory what you have to do with it. You can get like a bowl if you want. I actually do like the bowl. And then what you do is once you get it all combined, you take the flour that and you just like dust it. You know what I mean? You, and for those of you who can't see,
He's
um,
whipping it hard right now on the camera.
I'm trying to show you guys how you dust it, how you dust the flour. And so that's what you have to do there. You see that motion with my hand, all you listeners. You have to dust it. And that's just I don't know, the Italians have a word for it. And I don't know.
You
They
just
have
have
a
to
word.
add the accent.
I'm
It
not
does
doing
sting.
stop. I'm not doing that.
I'm
But
gonna get you
anyway,
to do it eventually.
no. After that, you have to knead the bread.
I don't
And
think that's an Italian word.
no, I was talking about the Italians have a word for how much flour to use. And it's kind of like you use what you use, you know what I mean? You just it's not that, but it's something like that. You know what I mean, Nick?
Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, after the Italian word that I've so rudely interrupted from Nick, you have to knead the bread, and then you have to fermentation proof the bread. All right, and then you just bake it, my guy. And I like to bake my bread until you see 190 degrees on the inside with one of those thermometers for cooking. If not, just any good old mercury thermometer would do. Maybe crack it open and sprinkle some of that mercury in the bread too.
What? What?
Uh,
What?
I didn't think that you were paying attention to
I
me,
was, I
and
was
you
paying
totally
attention.
weren't. You were not. You were nodding your head.
I was paying attention, and then you said
Right.
Mercury, and I was like, "What?"
No, false, false. There was a delay there. There was totally a delay.
I'm just getting exposed today, I guess.
Anyway, that's how you bake bread for everyone who was listening.
Don't put
Ignore,
Mercury in there,
don't put
please. Please
everything
don't.
but the mercury part. That was
Please
just to
don't.
throw my co-host off.
No, I don't want to get sued at my
No,
age.
we
And
can't get sued. We don't make money. We're an MPO at this point.
as we've gone through like two little topics, we just sort of want y'all guys feedback on what you think and like how if you like these topics or not, and if you like
Mhm.
um, if you have any suggestions for like general idea topics.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can DM us. You can go like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel.
Hmm.
And on Spotify, you can follow the Bickle Bro podcast.
Hmm.
And you can DM us anything on Instagram. And we're going to post something on Monday, just a little, the day that we're going to release it is going to be Monday. And
Maybe
so,
beforehand.
yeah, so we're going to post that when we release it so you guys can, and we're going to ask for feedback on that post, and you can tell us what you think, what you like, some pluses, some minuses about the podcast, if you like our new structure, if maybe our topics got a little wonky or something like that. But I mean, last episode was the toe dip, and now this is like full immersion.
So we wanted to do for our last little segment here is a little game. Everyone's played it, and you can sort of play along with us and tell us what you think in the comments or just message us and we'll be happy to talk about it. But we're playing the classic old game of Would You Rather. So Blake and I have both. Um, I'm hoping Blake has um, found a question or two that he wants to talk about, and we're going to discuss it. I've never heard his; he's never heard mine. We're just going to see how this goes. So Blake, do you want to start us off?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this is exactly how I wanted it to go.
Oh
Okay.
gosh.
Okay. So I knew that we were talking about fads. And um so when we first were talking about fads, me and you, we were on it, bro. We totally like mind link. We were talking about silly bands, right? But there's another fad that came up right after silly bands, and that was hoverboards. And I kept thinking about, and whenever I think about hoverboards, I can only think about how the lithium ion batteries caught on fire because of how they were overheated and overused. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Right. And so when I thought about that, it was it was like the only thing I can think of was like people catching. Oh, never mind. I'm cut that out. Cut that out. We can't say that. Was things catching on fire. But so the next thing I thought about was those phones that caught people on fire, right?
Yeah. It's a
So
Samsung 9,
Galaxy S7.
7. Oh, it was a
It
7.
was the
That's right.
seven. It was the seven. So would you rather be caught on fire by a hoverboard, by a Samsung Galaxy 7?
I I think I feel like it's pretty easy, and it would be just the hoverboards
The hoverboard?
because yeah, are the hoverboards cheaper?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, maybe the phone did less damage.
But like, if you lose your phone, you lose your phone, and that's your hand. Like,
Yeah, but then like you have a hoverboard, like that's your feet. Like, I mean, you'd be wheelchair. You'd be
you
kicking
think
it
it's that
like,
bad?
I mean, I don't know. I can duck go it for you real quick.
No, gosh, I'm just saying. Like, I would rather my hand be intact.
Are you for sure? Yeah.
I'd rather have my
Before you
hands
make a
and
final decision, I'm a duck go, and I'm gonna tell you about the severity of each burns.
I'm just gonna t- I'm just gonna keep on talking because I'm making a strong case here that I'd rather have my hands than my feet. You can
You'd
still
rather
do a
have
lot.
you'd rather have your hands working than your feet working.
Yeah.
Okay, but then you like can't function. You know what I mean? Like with
You
even
can't
like
function without hands.
it'd be one hand, like you hold it with one hand.
Yeah, but that's usually your dominant hand. I don't know anyone who holds
Or
their
like
phone.
what if you had it in your leg pocket, like your thigh pocket, like then all that caught fire was, your jeans.
Then you're fine. I mean, yeah, but like,
Yeah, and then hoverboard, like you're totally like you're up the creek on that one.
but I don't know. The hoverboard's like the size of my leg, if not smaller.
The
That's not a good
hoverboard.
comparison for the people that don't know me, but like,
Okay, so here's the bad news. The hoverboard blows up like a bomb. So it's not a small fire. It's a boom. That's the first thing on DuckDuckGo, and that's by Independent.
mm,
How bad were the burns for the Samsung phone? The Galaxy Note 7. That was the phone.
yeah.
Um, hmm. So Actually, the what it came from was this guy, and this is Time Magazine, so this one's pretty credible, I'd say. Um, Samsung, it was a Samsung Note 7, the Galaxy Note 7. A Florida man, get this, Florida man, you're already intrigued. Florida man
Florida
was
man.
charging his phone in his SUV, whole vehicle caught on fire. So now, I mean, the would you rather completely changed. Would you rather have no legs or have no car?
I mean, both means you're immobile.
I,
Well,
like,
okay, if I'm not in the car, then I could deal with having not a car, but like I can work my way up to getting a car, but I can't work my way up to getting my legs.
I don't know. You'd have a car.
But I couldn't drive it.
And I've seen the cartoons. You can do the kids drive without pressing the pedals.
How do you drive it? Who
They
presses
use
the
books. They
pedals?
use books. They use books.
But you're not gonna have legs. Like, I don't want to be graphic, but you just have stubs.
Is that how that works?
How else would it work?
That's a good question. Wow. Yeah. So you'd, yeah, stubs or
Stubs or dubs?
stubs or dubs.
Uh,
Stubs or dubs.
I mean, what are you taking? What would you rather?
No, that's not how that works. I'm asking you. It's my would
I,
you rather.
and I'm saying I'd rather have my hands. Wait,
Hands. Wait. Okay, wait. Okay. So for the
I can
first
lose
one,
my car and I can lose my car for that question. But if it's like the original question, I'd rather lose my legs than my hands.
I don't know, man. It's not a car, it's an SUV. I mean, that
Oh,
sounds I mean,
okay, boy.
it's a pretty tough one.
I don't know how it's, I don't okay.
I'm gonna tap out of that one. I'm gonna pass.
Okay. I got one for you. Um so would you rather when you die watch a replay of your life in the form of a puppet show or watch your life in the form of an anime?
Puppet show.
Puppet show, why that?
I mean, so oh, you know what? You know what else is a fad? Anime. Anime is a fad.
Is it though? I think
Is
it's low
it?
key a culture at this
You
point.
think it's a culture?
I
I think
mean,
it's a
like
fad.
even at our school, there's a club for it.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, there's like a
It's like
club for
there's like
the
clubs
board
for it. There's
games.
not like a silly
There's
bands club.
there's
There's
you know what? Shut up, Nick.
I'm on my game now.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, it'd be hands down puppet show. I mean, I'd be like, well, ooh, what kind of puppets?
I mean, like, I guess when I hear puppet show, I hear like
Are you talking
kindergarten.
about like sock puppets? Are you
I'm
talking about like
talking, I'm talking,
finger pockets, like shadow puppets, or like the Elmo puppets?
I'm thinking like Broadway performance puppets. So it's like high quality puppets, but it's,
You mean like the marionette puppets, like where you do the thing, the the thing?
I mean, they can. It's a high quality puppet show. That's what
You're
I think
talking
it
about
should be.
like Kermit the Frog?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What kind of anime? What kind of anime characters?
I don't,
Would they be like individual to like my life?
yes. I mean, you're watching your life
Okay. Puppet show.
puppet show. Why
Okay.
is the puppet show though? Because like if it was an anime show, dude, the drama that would ensue. I mean, maybe you don't have a ton of drama,
Yeah,
but
but I
like
mean, then it'd be like I mean, it'd be in Japanese.
I mean, I guess so.
I'm just not, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things.
I don't know. I'd be terrified to watch my
A
life
puppet show?
in a puppet show.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
You'd rather let Naruto animate you?
bro, that would be one
Naruto.
sick.
Wait, what's your favorite anime?
I honestly don't watch really.
You don't watch anime?
No, I don't.
Let me tell you about this one on Netflix. You
Which
have
one? I
Netflix?
know there's a lot.
The one about the volleyball team.
Okay.
You know that one?
No, I don't.
You don't know that one? Here, I'm
No.
gonna look it up on DuckDuckGo real quick.
I will say this though, that so my first roommate, um, he I would we had our bed set up to where like we bunked, and then the other half of the side was like our computers and everything, and so he watched a bunch of TV on his computer, and I would wake up at like 4 in the morning to see him watching anime. So I got a good like audioless anime idea. And like I'm on the internet a lot, so I mean I got a general idea of like what I'm getting into. And I feel like an anime show would make my life a lot more interesting than it actually is.
Yeah, so it's called Haiku, I think. Haikyuu. Anyway, really, really good anime. Anyway, my boy Marshall threw me on that when I asked him for Netflix suggestions because I mean quarantine got me, a little bored.
You got to do
Anyway,
something.
and so I watched an anime about a volleyball team, and they get really competitive, dude. It's so much drama. I honestly I like it better than that cheer team documentary.
Why are you watching a cheer team documentary?
Dude, everyone was doing it. Want to talk about a fad? Talk about Netflix shows like Tiger King and stuff like that. Why don't we
That's
even do that, dude? We totally is Tiger King a fad, or do you think that they're going to come out with a second documentary once everyone gets in jail?
dude, it's definitely a fad. I mean, it's a fad because like what else do people have to do right now? So like it's getting popular.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to talk about a big fad? Talk about Corona, bro.
dude, that
COVID,
thing
COVID
got popular
19,
real quick.
bro. That thing's such a schmoll, bro. Such a fad.
Everyone's involved in it now.
Everyone's involved in it. That's terrible. Oh my gosh.
Pandemic sweeping the earth. We can't be saying this.
Somebody left their milk out for too long, and now it's come to attack us.
So okay, so you're saying a puppet.
Yeah, puppet show, hands down.
Okay.
Hands down. I think it'd just be so cool because I mean, it takes not to say that it doesn't take time to animate characters, but I mean, there's like this artisan in crafting a puppet. You know what I mean? You
Yes.
really have to be skilled. And so I just think about someone doing that for me, and I'm like, wow, be that'd be so nice.
Okay. I'll write that down and make sure you know when you're 70, 80, I'll get a puppet show for you.
Yeah, that's bold of you to assume that you're gonna make it that far with Corona out in the world.
You right. You right. We thank you for listening. It really does mean a lot. If you have any suggestions, please let us know. DM us. We're on Instagram. We're on Anchor. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Spotify, and we're on YouTube. All of them
Yes,
are the Bickle Bros podcast or the Bickle Bros Pod. Um, you can follow us on there.
you
And
know, shout us out. Tell your friends, tag your friends in a post or something like that. Tag us in a post, something like that.
if you tag us in
I
a
mean,
post, we'll retag you. Mm,
or ooh, how about this? Hear me out, Nick. We can
okay.
cut this if you don't want it, or we can have a drawing to be entered in an invite on the podcast.
Oh,
And that
we're
would be
doing that,
our
and I'm keeping
first.
it in there.
Yeah, and so you heard it here first. If you want to be on the Bickle Bros podcast, all you have to do is give us a shout out and
Put a hashtag. Put hashtag Bickle Bros.
yeah, something like that. Put it on your IG story or do a full post. I don't care. Full
If you do
send.
if you do a full post, we'll give you 3 entries.
3 entries. Absolutely. And um that's just a little incentive there. We have good content. We know that you know that we have good content. So absolutely just bite in. And for those of you who can't see my body language, I'm doing hand motions and hand gestures for a bite in. Nick is traumatized. Uh, but we love talking to you guys. We love reading those DMs and stuff like that and responding to you guys and having good conversation. And like we said, like this is dinner. This is dinner time. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
This is it. And we just want to thank you guys for coming out and sitting down with us. So
Absolutely. Um,
absolutely.
abs-
Absolutely.
um, so yes, thanks again, and
Till next time.
maybe next time or within the next 2 or 3 episodes, we will be having a special guest.
Special
So
guest. That could be you.
that could be you. Stay tuned,
Maybe not. I don't know.
and we will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Later.